Okay, this is 3G rated Garrett and Graydon, and we are going to show you RPM. So we're going to start from 1 to 5, and so we'll start with Scott. And Scott has the Street Saber, which is a very long sword. If you get all of these ones with the gray ones, I suggest you don't get the one from Amazon, I think, or Toys R Us, because it won't connect. So anyways, this is the Street Saber. It has all these holes at the bottom for what you'll see later. It actually kind of looks like a street. So that's Scott's Street Saber. Now Scott kind of has a triangle at the top, but upside down. And if you've watched RPM, Scott asks why he has eyeballs. So, and Dr. K says they're not eyeballs, but they look like eyeballs. So he technically has eyeballs. And then he has a beak. And his beak is a beak. So his arms can move up like that, but his car things don't move. His wrist does move by the car thing piece right up there. Up here, he can't really do a circle on his arms, but still, he's pretty cool. Both arms can rotate like this, and both arms can do this squiggle piece. And so his legs can move up like that. His head cannot turn. His gun snaps on and off. His nitro blaster. His leg moves up. His feet do move like that. So his legs do the splits in any way. No, not like this. They don't do it all the way straight and back. And he has 2 holes, one for his morpher in the holster, and then one for his blaster. Now, usually he does not come with a nitro sword because he got the Street Saber. So the back of him, he has like his pieces end, and the front of him, he has a 1 with wings. So he has these tire things on his head. He kind of looks like an eagle-faced Power Ranger. And now this is the Nitro Blaster. It has like a piece there to connect to the guy. And it's pretty cool. This handle, there's not very much stuff about it that it can do. So that's Scott. Now we'll move to Flynn. Flynn has the Nitro sword, and it has like these bands on it, not like how Scott does not have this. So Flynn's sword has that. He has a sword because he has this thing. He doesn't have a big sword. Now his big cannon thing, I don't even know how he carries it, but in the movie, but it's pretty cool. Like, it has like this pit thing that I don't know why it has that. It has all these pieces, and then, whoopsies. He has this piece, and then he has a 2 on his chest. He's a lion. He has a lion Zord. His wrist twist. His arm does not very much do a circle, either arms. And his leg can bend up and up. They can go like this. And he can twist his feet. Pretty much everything like Scott. And his back is just like Scott's back. He does have this piece for his morpher and for his blaster, if you have one for him. So that's Flynn. Now for Summer. Summer is Ranger 3. And Ranger 3 is a girl, as you can see. Now, the girl is way skinnier than the boys. Her feet do not very easily stand. They are unbalanced like that. and her legs bend. I do not say that she has the best talent of balancing. She probably should use some practice. And she has a 3 on her. She has the bands just like the boys. Iris can twist. Her hands are very small. Her arms can go up. This piece can twist, not like the boys. And she can do a pretty good circle with them. Her head does not twist. I mean, does twist, but it even wiggles like that. So she has a tiger, I think, or something like that. She looks the same on the back as the boys, and she has a skirt, which means her legs do not do the splits or anything like that. Her legs do bend like that, and her legs do twist. So that's Summer, but now I'm going to show you her saber and stuff. This is the Nitro Saber. She has both the Nitro Saber and the blaster because she has a little car thing, not even a weapon. So, well, it is a weapon when you use it against the bad guy. But I don't have that right now. I kind of lost it. So, probably under the couch. It has like this piece, and it's actually smaller and silver than the boys one. So that's the Nitro Blaster. This is the Nitro Sword. It's pretty much like the boys one, except that it's silver than the boys one. So that's Summer's everything. So usually you'll get one of these in a head. I lost the head too. I'm losing a lot of things. And so this is the card Summer. It's kind of looks like her car. It's actually very good work, probably from a robot, by a robot. But so this is a suitcase, right? No, it's not. Actually, it is some sort of launcher. You put her car like that, and then you have her suitcase. It launches like that at the bad guy, which is why they have a weird head. Probably wondering what that's for. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. And now we are going to Ziggy, probably the funniest character of the whole thing. And so Ziggy's arms, he's different because like he does have this holder slot for his morpher, but he holds his morpher right here on his arm, like the other ones don't. So this is his axe. The reason he has an axe instead with a blaster, and the reason he doesn't have a saber is because his axe is what makes up for his Nitro Saber. So that's the axe. Now I'll move to the blaster, and then I'll leave Ziggy. So this is the blaster, and it has a connecting piece just like Summer's and the other people's. And then, so that's the blaster. So now I'll move to Ziggy. He does everything like the other ones. He twists that, except that they're all different colors, as you can probably tell. His Zord is a shark. What I don't understand about in the show is why do they get 5 before they get 4? So I was just wondering that. They actually have more muscle than they do in the show. I mean, Ziggy's actually a pretty skinny guy. And now that in the toy, they make him really muscly. And so he has like these different things, different than all the Rangers. So he has a fin at the top, he has eyes. And that's pretty much it for Ziggy. Plus he has different shredders. But that's it for Ziggy. And now I'll move to Dylan. Dylan is my favorite character out of all. He's the most tough and the most coolest. But I do like Scott Flynn, Ziggy. I don't very much like Summer because she's a girl and I'm a boy. But anyways, this is the Nitro Sword. He comes with the Nitro Sword because he already has a blaster, this blaster. So the Nitro Sword's just like the other ones except less silver than Summer's and pretty much the same as everything else. Pretty cool. It's actually very flexible. This piece is kind of thick, but the rest of it's kind of rubbery. This is the blaster. Now the blaster is all thick. And this piece comes off to combine them all. This makes it kind of like a blaster, smaller one, like a nitro blaster. That can go straight back on. So the blaster is actually really thick. It's plasticky. And it has like this pit thing to make it actually look a little real. So that's it for Dylan's weapons. Now I'll move to Dylan. Dylan has the Wolf Zord. It's a blaster on the Ziggy and his Zord. He has his morpher attached just like Ziggy, different shredders like Ziggy. But this time he has number 5 on his chest. Ziggy had a number 4, Summer had a number 3, and Flynn had a number 2, and Scott had a number 1. But anyways, his legs can move up and down like this. And move like that. But his head does not move. But his feet do move side to side as far as you want them to. He's actually very muscly compared to the actual character. Not that Dylan isn't. He's the strongest character, I think, in the movie. Anyways, he has these like wolf things at the top of his head, and he has this weird sign on his head. So, other than that, his mask looks like a wolf. Now I'm going to show you all the big weapons. So, we'll start with Scott's. Scott's is the Street Saber, which then goes to Flynn. Now, Flynn's is the Cannon Blaster. After the Cannon Blaster, they can connect like this. So, they connect. You have to put them together like that with the blaster pieces in that. But then there's like a little hole, a cannon. Then it goes to Summer. Summer piece, I don't really know where it has to, but I'll just use this piece that connects to Summer's thing, which is actually half of Dylan's blaster. That is Summer's thing right now anyways. Now I will move to Ziggy. Ziggy has the axe, and his axe connects to the bottom of the Street Saber. Like I said, there's holes and stuff at the bottom for later. Then Dylan's blaster comes on. Dylan's blaster connects right there to that piece of Ziggy's axe and then snaps into the bottom of the Street Saber. Then it comes out looking like this. A huge blaster cannon with tons of different pieces of different weapons and pieces like that. So that is the RPM collection of Rangers. Well, except for gold and silver, which are really expensive now, so just buy the ones that you can get. But that's it for the Cannon All RPM and the Cannon Blaster. So, see you next time. It was 3G rated.